Okay, and I just started the recording. So, how are you guys?
Uh,
Pretty
I'm good. How are you?
good.
Uh, Good. Also, my course on how to make a course just started, and feeling excited about that. Wanted to thank you both again for uh, helping me out with building my user avatar for the course. That really helped a lot, and also gave me a lot of insights about how you two are struggling or are so advanced in some points mm, uh, with productivity systems in general, not only in GTD. It was so nice to hear from Sam that uh, uh, he has a system that he's working, but he's still struggling with his daily planning.
Mhm.
It was so nice to hear from you here and about all the productivity things you tried and still are testing, and that's so nice to hear from you too, because most of your struggles are on my side also, so you're not alone on this. And I'm sure we can find some things that can help each other out on
Yeah.
the long run. How was your week, Hiran? Let's leave Hiran to have the first word here. Sam, can't wait to hear your week also.
Cool. I think I had a like a in terms of GTD, I'm not like been using this system as much. Like I've actually like um downgraded to just like putting it out on sticky notes, whatever comes into my head on the yes, yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I yeah, so I think before, when I was working with Sam, I was having more of a structured time where I would like write everything down and see like what time I'll put what task and things like that. But I think it's been a little chaotic. I'm like now in between jobs and everything, so like there's a lot in the flux. So yeah, I'm just going through like a regular sticky note and like scratching things as it goes. So that's been my sort of like da- uh, like somewhat like primitive
Mhm.
mode of
That's
planning that
that's
I've
such
been
a
doing.
pleasant thing to do, to scratch things out, to cut
Yes.
the things out that we are
Yeah.
depraved. We don't have this in any software, any program, app, any. Uh,
Hmm.
I think the Microsoft To Do, Sam, has a sound that it makes when you finish a task.
Hmm.
I'm sure that Todoist doesn't have such a sound or something that visual satisfying that's strike down that's a task completed. I don't
I
have
guess
that.
like in the Mac, like when you move something to trash and you empty the trash, it gives that
Mhm. Yeah,
paper crunching sound that makes me like
yeah.
feel happy like every time like I clear the trash. So maybe something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
But yeah.
there's really something really satisfying in this. And just some info with my interviews, I did like I don't know, like 7 interviews. I have around three more.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them were on really high manager CEO positions. So uh, with really high experience, like 20, 30 years experience in managing people.
Mm-hmm.
The top level executives, the managers, they both. I had only two guys that are so high experienced. Both of them are on written to-do lists, right? So none of them are using an app to keep track of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they both have many other employees that are managers themselves, and they kind of keep track of the projects. So they only keep track of some really important stuff, and they do
Mm-hmm.
that in a private agenda.
Okay.
Uh, One thing that was a big win from this interviews that I didn't do before is that they prepare for each meeting. So they have a lot of meetings because most of their days are meetings, right? Managing
Mhm.
people, and they take like 10 minutes 10 minutes before each meeting to revisit what's the schedule, what did they accomplish, what was the last discussion about. So that's kind of like a daily review, Sam, right? But they are doing a daily 10-minute review before each meeting. They kind of have weekly meetings with each department, each employee. So they do a short review just before the meeting. So I think that's kind of the daily review that we are trying to achieve and to do daily, but we don't always succeed, right?
Mhm.
Uh, to sharpen our axe. So they do a really short sharpening of their axe just before entering the joining the meeting. So they are updated and clear about what's about to happen. How was
Interesting.
your exam?
I think it'll be nice if you share your week and then I'll come last.
Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, my week was really full. I didn't manage to do my reviews because my schedule was all over the place. That's why I had to do a really fast check on my really important things to do on these paper notes. It had a lot to do with these interviews, right? Because, for example, with Hiran, I didn't think about that we will have to have so many things to talk about to take. I think the interview took like 2 hours or something like that, but it
Yeah.
was such good value, right? I had another interview on Friday. That's why I was late. That was like 4 hours long or something like that. um, so that really messed up my schedule on everything. um, I managed to do my important things. I didn't fall off track, but I took like 5 or 6 interviews this week, so it was really full of many hours that are currently. Next week I won't have any interview, like so this was a really short sprint of interviews. I just finished that and I can focus on other things. I can't wait to do my weekly review though, because I failed to do my dailies. I will really have to do my weekly, because if I won't do that, so many things will slip through the cracks, right? Because it was so messed up this week, and it will. I'm sure it will get even worse if I don't fix it as soon as possible, like tomorrow. So I will be more ready for my week ahead. I told Sam on our next on our last session that I really had a harsh week 2 weeks ago, not this week, 2 weeks ago, because on Monday there were like 6 hours of unplanned things, and they were really urgent. And
Mhm.
because it was Monday, and because it was such a big part of my day, it
Mhm.
really demotivated me for the first half of the week, because I wasn't upset. I usually I'm gladly accepting unplanned things because it tests my system, right? So I'm usually really happy with this, but those were, I don't know, it was too much in
Mhm.
in such a short time, and the system broke. And
Mhm.
not really the system, but I kind of broke, right? I was upset, and I on Wednesday I was back on track. But I had to really postpone a lot of things during the week, and my interviews were on planning, and it was harsh. this week wasn't harsh, but it was full of activities that took much longer than I anticipated. So that's a lesson learned for me to leave room between things like this, like interviews. That time, if I get value, I will spend more time to leave room for getting more value when it's possible, and not to put them so close together. Like I had my interview yesterday with some other guy, and I was late for our session. I couldn't make it. This is something I really struggled for a long time. I was talking with Hiran also. Sam knows about this. That I was really putting a lot, and I'm still doing that. I'm putting a lot on my plate. Uh, I put a That's a big pressure. We put ourselves on us, because we should usually focus on what's achievable, what we can do, because no one tells us how much can we do each day. uh, the pressure comes mostly from us, and still trying to figure this out, how to put maybe half of the day to and let to be more flexible about unplanned things, to be more flexible about what to pick next, what to do next. Sam, I took my time to do this. You won a lot of time to to share your week with us. So
No,
go ahead.
no. The thing is, what I've observed is before I talk, whenever I make a list of what I want to talk, I think there'll be a flow. Otherwise, I'll just go random over
Mm-hmm.
stuff and I'll take up a lot of time. So when you guys were talking, I was making a note of what you guys were saying along with what I wanted to say. So that gave me some clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Something from my week is I sit and plan for the entire week nowadays than spending time daily. So I used to do this earlier, sit and plan for the next day, then it will not happen, then I struggle. It will not happen, then I struggle. So this was becoming a pattern. But since that day, I told you when I saw that advertisement and I started my weekly planning, I actually feel nice to sit and plan my week. Just now that I realized that, and I need to do something similar to make my daily planning exciting, daily review and daily planning exciting. So since it's a planning that is for the entire week that I've been doing for the past 3-4 weeks, it's been little relaxing for me, because when I sit and plan for a week, I put some time, I put a number of tasks, and somewhere I feel that I am putting more time. So what's happening, I'm actually able to cover something in the week, not 100%, but I have a sense of accomplishment, which I never used to get when I did my daily reviews or daily planning. So that's something which I've observed. Though my weekly target completion rate is around 40, 50, 60, depends, but still I'm satisfied of what's happening in the week. So I think I just need to fine tune my weekly planning, spend a little more time in making it a quality one, so that my week can be even more clear. So the second point I've written here is I'm still going on without a lot of clarity, which is making it tough. I have a bird's eye view of what I need to accomplish, but I don't know which road to travel, when I need to take a turn and things like that. That's becoming a challenge. So right now, like we always have that example, I will not go out of the house, call a cab and take me somewhere. I will always tell him I need to go to this destination. But if I have to take a comparison, right now, how it's happening, I know I need to go to a movie. That's clear for me. But which theater, which movie, I don't know. So I'm calling the cab and telling I want to go to a movie. And that's the struggle I'm having. So probably if I spend some time in trying to see which movie I want to go to and what is the show timing, how far is it, then I think I'll enjoy my movie experience. So that's what I think I can infer out of what's happening in the week. So this week I'll try to spend more time to plan clearly, so that I need not really struggle. So I'm still not telling I need to reach the theater in 1 hour. I don't mind giving 3 hours of journey time, but I need to be clear which movie and which timing, so that it's clear. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. And when you guys were sharing about the sticky notes completions, scratching it off, sort of a thing. I somewhere feel I don't have that mechanism. So I think I need to introduce that in my daily routine so that I score off tasks and that gives me some sense of accomplishment. Right now, I'm planning big tasks which I know I can't finish. So there is no metric to say I've accomplished this much today. So if I plan properly the steps of what I need to finish, I think I'll be able to score off easily and get that sense of, okay, this percentage is complete. Say, attendance is my goal for this week. I need to prepare attendance of the month. There are so many steps, but when I write down, I say prepare attendance. So I think I need to break that down. I know the steps, write it down, and keep scoring of what I'm completing so that I have that sense of completion to my brain. So that's something which I realized. And my weekly review is currently not taking into consideration what I've accomplished, what I've finished, what is to be done. That clarity I'm not getting. I'm just randomly planning. I have a plan in place, but that's not taking into consideration what's complete. So that's something very critical for me. So I need to spend some time in going through. So this is going to take some time. So I have to make this review, weekly review thing a lot more joyful. So again, what I realized when you were discussing is review is very critical. If we don't do the review, we'll still do something, but we will not have that sense of accomplishment. So I think having a review regularly, even if it is 5 minutes or 10 minutes to just how to make it joyous is something which we all need to figure out, but doing it is very important. And one last thing which I feel is very, very important for me is I think I don't need help in GTD. I don't need help in someone sitting and help me plan. I can do that. But I want someone to discipline me. I think that's my challenge. So somebody sitting with me and monitoring and saying, hey, you're still not done. Do this. Nobody will do that, I know. But if I can do something to get that sense of discipline back into my life, I think it will go to the next level. So
Yeah.
these are some things which I've observed.
Yeah.
That's
Sam?
such a interesting point that he mentioned, because celebrating the wins, like that is something, I don't know if it's also a cultural thing, but like like growing up, like even if I would get like a scorecard and to get my parents' signature, like I go and show them like, okay, I got 95, they would look at the other subject, why do you have 60 or 70 in this? So like, so the mind is always focused on like, okay, this needs improvement, this needs improvement, this could be better. And like something like, for example, like I wanted to cook more regularly, and like now, like I cook almost on a daily basis, and I've also been experimenting quite a bit
Awesome.
with different cuisines. So like that is something like I don't even like, I take it for granted. But like when I was telling my friend about all these different things, and they were like actually like, oh my god, like that's a lot of research, and that you must have put in a lot of thought to it. And
Thought.
then I just like realized, okay, like like maybe I didn't even like recognize that in myself, like even walking daily, like forget measuring or anything, just making that like a part of a daily ritual is such a positive thing. But then like, yeah, sometimes like, so that was such a good point. I think I'm gonna like also make it a habit to like reflect on the wins as well, while also continuously like, it's almost like a paradox, this, like I feel like it's like continuously trying to strive like forward, at the same time also being grateful for like where you are, like. So that's a very
Yeah.
interesting point that you made.
Hiran, I think we would love to see a picture. I don't know, Sam, if you are still doing your only water.
No,
How
no,
is
no.
it?
Yeah, actually, I didn't mention that. I was able to take it to 16 days, after which
Okay.
somewhere I felt the necessity to eat
Yes.
because I sensed the hunger in me. So I
Mhm.
started slowly with juice. And fortunately, after that, I immediately entered into Ramadan fasting. So now I'm continuing my fast in a different way. The
Okay.
entire day without food and only 2 hours, 3 hours of food. So it's actually helping me continue with the same momentum.
Mhm.
So that's been
Okay.
nice.
Maybe after
But otherwise, it's
Ramadan,
good.
Hiran can share us a picture of one of her
No,
dishes.
no, no problem.
Yeah.
Hiran, you can share it now as well.
You
I
really
would love
made
to
me
have a
made me
look at it.
curious. Yeah. So can't wait for that picture. Maybe on our next session or sooner.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
can totally do that.
Uh, yeah, we talk here and that about both of your opinions on Sam's presentation. Uh, I think it's about the quality of our tasks of our work also,
Mhm,
and most of the time when we feel unaccomplished, when we look our weekly tasks or daily tasks, it's all about the number of the tasks. So we don't put the quality, because
mhm,
maybe I did accomplish a really important thing that brings me joy. What we talk about writing codes, right? And how many lines, and what how much did you learn that day? How much value did you get from that? And one way I think this could be tracked, or you can put money on it, right? You can put, this is a $1 task, this is 1,000. For me, the course, every minute I invest in the course brings
mhm,
me joy, but it's so valuable for me. It will be like, okay, $1,000 for each hour I spend on that course. Of course, that won't bring me so much money, but the value I put on that hour, on that task, I want to be the highest. So the highest for me will be $1,000.
mhm,
Something like doing our session, right? This will be the maximum. Will be $10,000. Will be this
mhm,
session, right?
mhm,
The usual stuff will be around, I don't know, $100 or $10, and something like managing a colleague or making priorities for my work will be 100 or 1,000 euro dollars. But something like taking the trash out
Enrichment.
or what?
I mean, see, this comes under enrichment for us. So
Yeah, exactly.
enrichment is any given day valued a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, but that tricks our brain also, right? When you see the value over there, and when you see that you accomplished only four things from a list of 15, but those four things were really valuable, and
mhm.
what you have left, it's not so much valuable. This helps. This tricks our brain also, and gives us
Actually,
motivation.
coming to think of it, you had told a few in one of the sessions that we need to ask why we are doing things. I don't know whether you told or somebody else told you, but
Mhm,
I remember if we try to understand why we are doing something,
mhm.
I think we will put in a lot more effort in trying to get that task done. I think that is a little vague when we say we need to ask why and give some value. But
Sam,
I think he froze up
yeah,
again.
exactly when he was giving so much value, right?
The irony.
I
Uh,
think we just got frozen for
yeah,
some time.
Yeah,
now it's okay,
now
Sam.
you're back.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah. So actually, what I was trying to say is fixing a value, like a monetary value for a task, I think will make us go into the track of trying to analyze how important a task is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is making things a little easier than telling something abstract like we need to understand why we are doing this. We can simply say put a value in terms of money.
Yeah. It's
Is this a $10,
yeah.
$1 thing?
It's more like an importance, right? Because you, if
mm,
it's something important, you put a lot of value, but it's more subjective than importance, right? Because it's how much value does it bring to you? So it doesn't really have to be money. You can put flowers if you like flowers, Sam. I don't know. You can put five stars or flowers, right?
True.
But
No, I
that
think right
shouldn't.
now I'll go with money because that gives me clarity.
Mhm. But that shouldn't be only on by importance, right? You really have
True.
to. You can take in consideration if it's important for your work, for your job, for you personally, but it should be how much value does it bring, right, on the long term. And this is how it should be, I think. This, you could try this and see if it works.
I think
And
next week I'll try to do my weekly review based on how much money I'm investing and how much money I'm getting out of it.
yeah, but
this
it
this
should
is
be.
so interesting because I think like it aligns with like something that I mentioned, like even with the on the interview, that like I just have like buckets like health, and then wealth, and then creativity, like finance, or like responsibilities with respect to taking care of parents. Like, so I have buckets like that, and then like now I look at those buckets, like, or like you can also say that like those are my values, like creativity, like enhancing my creativity, working on my creativity is core value for me in my daily living. And then I use GTD to see like, and those core values are something that I want to like live by, like every, on a daily basis. So I see that as my overarching bunch of like values, and then I see what I'm doing or what I can do like on a daily basis. And so I use the GTD system to be able to implement that or plan that. But I also have like these like where I'm headed with my system, like what is my like north star, that is my values. So like GTD helps me like with different strategies. Like for example, creativity is something like what I do, like probably today I'm doing, like maybe I'm using cooking as a means to like work with my creativity. Maybe tomorrow I go try pottery, so like I'm still like working with my creativity, like that's my core value. But then I'm using my GTD system to like probably schedule it, and like like
To
figure things
keep
out.
it on track, to keep it
Yes, keep it
moving.
on track. Like
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
have a project, like for example, when I had to like even I had to like make a list of things, like buy it. Like for that, I had to research what stores to buy it. Like, should I buy it from an app or should I go in person? For all of those planning, I used GTD, and that helped me to like navigate the whole process. But yeah, like the underlying value was that
I think Sam is closer to this what you are saying than me, because I know, Sam, that you are doing like a monthly review, right? Or monthly
Yeah.
planning, and I didn't do that before. Before like 2 weeks ago, I had the yearly plans, but I didn't have month.
Yeah.
We talked about this. I didn't have monthly plans. I have now.
Yeah. You had shared. You
I
had
have
shared it. Yeah.
quarterly plans also, but that was only because around 1 month ago I started another uh, journey with the Calm Achiever group, the Finishers Club, they are calling it.
Mhm.
I'm not getting so much value from there, but what Sam told us about, I think he kind of needs something like that. But before, I will show how I plan my things with the Calm Achiever group on that the finishers group, how they call it. Sam, I think you could try. You told us about your pain point with the daily review, and that you want to try the sticky notes thing, the writing stuff. I think you could try, because you are continuously doing your weekly review, and that's okay because you are used to the app that you are using, right? The Todoist app, and you want to try this writing. Maybe you can do the daily review on paper, or note your task. I mean, you have the app in front of you. Your weekly review
Yeah.
contains everything you have to do accomplish that week, and you jot down all the thing you want to accomplish today on a paper. And I was
Try
thinking,
that. I think I have to split. Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about this while you presented, and about what I told you before, that I'm putting a lot on my plate.
Mm.
So I think I could try this also, because this sheet of paper is limiting the surface of how much things I can jot down, right? So I
Yeah.
could limit myself to put only 5 or 6 things, because I won't have room to put any more, and leave the background side for unplanned things, and maybe put it right there. If I get accomplished that unplanned thing that comes through today, I will strike it. If not, at the end of the day or tomorrow, I will put it in my system, or on my last sticky note or something like that. I will try this out maybe when I'll be in troubles again with my daily planning, and see how it goes. I will show you my screen,
Okay.
Sam. I think, if you think you need this kind of thing, I can offer myself to do it with you, or maybe Hiran can try it with you. So each week
Hmm.
for 10-15 minutes, I meet with
Okay.
some of the Calm Achiever guys,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and we discuss about my week. Usually, there should be three tasks, because this weekend was troublesome. I didn't accomplish most of the tasks. This is done. No, this is delayed for unplanned reasons for Monday. This is delayed also for Monday, but it was out of my control. The course teacher postponed it. Uh, this is all I will be done tomorrow. This will be done next week and something like that. But what did I do with them is that I defined my quarterly milestones. So usually my tasks should be from this side, or maybe new things that appeared before I did this kind of planning, right? So the only thing we do is that we are meeting for 10 minutes. I tell him three most important things that I want to accomplish next week, and he puts it on my calendar, and that's all of it. But the pressure that I know that on Friday I will meet with him and I will have to say I did this, I didn't did this, I didn't do this, and it's enough for me to keep my focus on some areas that I'm not usually focusing, right? This is not a very important task, right? To fix some kitchen lights, but this is important for my wife, and this is one task that I postponed for like 1 year, maybe even more than this. It's not something that doesn't work, it just needs improvement, right? But I didn't put it anywhere, but I didn't feel the need to put it on my tracking list, but I put it here
Mm-hmm.
just to be sure that it will be I will take care of it, because I will feel the pressure that next Friday I will have to be accountable of why didn't I do it, right? So Sam, if you need something like this, I can help you with this. It's really easy
Definitely.
to accomplish. It all started from my plan that I showed Hiran last time, that colorful, playful
Mhm.
thing that I did with my yearly plans, quarterly plans, and I showed Sam also. Uh, so Sam, if you think this helps, we can try
Yeah.
this in our session also. Like we could each of us say three main tasks for Hiran. It could be for your creativity, like take a pottery class, or do some research on pottery classes next
Mhm.
week. If you know that you're not advancing on your creativity and stuff like that, so you'll feel the pressure that on next Friday we will meet, and maybe not we could share those lists, so if you don't attend, we can see that you didn't tick off that
True.
yeah.
I can get a share. I think just now when you mentioned this, it makes a lot of sense to me. So I've already listed the three things that I need to accomplish this week.
Just
One is
three
my
things.
attendance.
Don't do it like me with
Yeah,
six,
only three.
right?
No,
Mhm.
no, no. I have put only three. It's very clear for me. I
That
need to
sounds
finish
good.
my
Yeah.
attendance. I need to finish my punching plan. I need to finish my documentation. These three are very critical. And this has been something which I've been postponing for ages. So I want to finish this week. I'll put it in the group as well so that I stay accountable to
Exactly.
the
Awesome.
group. Yeah, I think I have put in the group as well. Cool. Amazing. I think this two things which I learned. One, three tasks. The second thing is I forgot. No, putting money to the tasks so that we give importance to it, equivalent to how important we feel it is. These are two takeaways for me this week.
Yeah, we must try stuff out, right? If it works, it works. Maybe it doesn't work this year, but maybe in 2 years, in 3 years' time, you'll remember it and you'll try it again. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's normal for us not to. I don't think I ever had a day that I finished all my tasks on my list, right? But
Same here. I have never.
But that's normal. I mean, if I finish all the things on my list, that's something that scares me.
That's
Means
like
that,
God mode.
yeah, means that I don't have a purpose. I don't have my objectives in line. I don't have my areas like health, like creativity, right? Cleared. So if I finish all my tasks in a day, that's a problem for me, because I didn't. Okay, it's easy for me to pick other tasks, right? But I tried it before, like putting only or 2 or 3 tasks in my list, right, to keep it really simple and just because this is how usually the GTD system works, right? You put only a few tasks on your list, and when you finish them, you just go in on your whole list and pick things up. But usually my weekly planning doesn't work like that. I mean, I'm planning my week as, how can I say it, as full as possible. Yeah. And after that, if I do my weekly planning on Saturday, Monday, the daily review is like, I don't know, 10 seconds, and I just look at it and just go ahead with my life. Tuesday is 1-2 minutes, something like that. Sam, I don't know what are trying to achieve on your daily planning, but the daily planning should be just simple thing like deciding this is my, I'm confident that I'll finish those things, and just do it. One thing I tried, we're running short on time, like 2.5 minutes. One thing I tried with Hiran, and I want to try it with you. You put those 3 really important things for you next week, right? uh, I want you to try to do a visualization technique, and I want you to imagine yourself at the end of the next week, before our meeting, and thinking that you finished all those 3 important things,
Yeah.
and think about yourself in that point, how accomplished, how happy with yourself you would be just by finishing those 3. Look at them if you want, you can, I don't know, but imagine yourself how you will feel before entering our session, when you will have finished all of 3, and you'll be so pleased with them that you finished well, you did execute well, you planned well, and everything.
Cool.
And this
I
is
think
such a
I'll try that.
powerful thing, like for sure. Like I'm really like excited to try that out. Yeah.
And yeah, I usually try this out. It really helps to keep my focus on that. Such a great session, guys. Thank you a lot. Hope
Thanks a lot.
to find you here and next time also, because I think you bring so much value to our sessions, and
Thank you.
overall.
Seriously.
I learned so much from both of you. So really thank you
Okay,
for
Likewise.
all of
sorry,
that.
but the time is running out,
No
and
problem. See
we
ya.
will see you next time. Keep up the good work,
Take
Sam.
care.
Can't wait to hear your next week. Goodbye.